Hi everyone. Quick video here on analysing structure in the higher English close reading paper. For National 5 students, there's a specific video for you, but for the hires, we'll have a wee look here at a couple of examples that have been taken from a past paper, just so you can see as clearly as possible what we would expect of you when it comes to analysing sentence structure, paragraph structure, whatever it happens to be. So if you have a look here, this is a question from last year's past paper and referring to at least two examples, analyse how the writer uses language. So using language can be word choice, imagery, structure, tone, all these kind of things. But we're going to have a look into it at structure just now. And it's a 4-mark question. You need to refer to at least two examples, but remember I said before that at least for the start of the year, we'll proceed on the basis that you're likely to get 1 mark for every comment. So you'd be looking to do, you can see the answer on the screen there, you'd be looking to do 4 of those to get the full 4 marks at this stage, although as you go through the year you'll find it easier and easier to pick up extra marks within the answers. So if you look here, the one that I've picked out for you is the list in lines 6 to 8, but it's not really enough at higher just to say there's a list. You need to give us at least something about it. The thing about this list is that it's huge and it's extremely complicated. So you've got the opening section, then you've got a colon, you then have 3 pairs of contrasts, a semicolon, another pair of contrasts, another semicolon, and that, another one before the end. It's extremely complicated. Now, when you are looking at things like sentence structure, one of the kind of common things to look out for is the use of very, very complicated sentence structures, particularly around things like this with lists, in order to convey quite often complicated ideas. So you can talk about how the structure kind of mirrors the complexity of the ideas in a text, if that's what it's doing, and that kind of thing's excellent. What you can see here, long complex list of all these different kinds of contrasts. In the simplest terms, using a list for things instead of writing it all out as separate points highlights range and scale, basically numbers and variety. Think about it that way, and that's what I've gone for here. It's the use of the list, the fact that all those examples and different things have all been written out in that apparently endless list, especially when you try and read it out loud, emphasises the very large number and the very wide range of different concerns that exist. So if you imagine that had been written as lots and lots of individual sentences, it would still ultimately be making the same point by giving us the same kind of examples of concerns. But by writing it like that, it makes it seem as if those concerns just go on and on and on and on and on. There are so many of them that you do a big complicated list like this and gather a whole bunch, but as if there are still lots that have been left out. So that's the effect there. This particular list, big, long, complex list, and it's focusing our attention on the fact there's a very large number of concerns and they cover a very wide range of areas. This one is also the use of a list, but a different kind of thing this time. So I sort of deliberately picked, 2 list ones here, one big and long and one very short and snappy. What this one's doing is it's highlighting that particular criticism that news is all about money. But the way this has been done, and particularly the structure of it, is particularly effective for that, because the fact that it goes from clicks to advertising to profit makes it build up as we go through it. So what it's doing is it's highlighting that criticism about it making money, because the order that's being used, so I'm looking at a second screen over here in case you're wondering, it gets clearer as we go. So you start off with clicks, which if you know enough, you could probably connect that to being about money. Then you get to advertising, much more clearly about money, but then you just get the use of the word profit, which is, money, as gathering as much as you possibly can. So if you imagine this had been written in a different order, if that had said, for example, that they're chasing advertising, clicks and profits, or profits, clicks and advertising, you'd be getting the same information, but the effect certainly isn't the same. So in this case, the use of the list as a set of 3, which is what this is, a rhetorical device, means that we build from an abstract criticism, an indirect criticism of this process all being driven by money, to a very, very blunt and direct one which becomes unmistakable at the end. So it ends with the point that guarantees that you're not going to miss what it is the author's trying to get across. Okay, so little things like that. And the last example, a couple of wee examples of sentence structure. As I say, we'll do lots and lots more of it as we go through the year, but bear in mind this matters not just for close reading, it also comes up for critical essays, but it's absolutely vital that you have this kind of stuff in your head when you're writing your folio pieces as well. So it's not just the words, it's the structure too. Thanks.